Newcastle versus Arsenal. I did say in the match preview this would be one of the biggest games for both these clubs this season. And for Newcastle, I feel like a bit shocking. Let's talk about it. Right, so first things first, the referee. Wow. How many yellow cards were handed out in that game? It was absurd. A few players as well I felt like should not have been on the pitch later on in the game. You've got Xhaka, Odegaard, Joe Linton. Should not have been on the pitch, in my opinion. There was too many just scummy sort of fouls given away for no particular reason. Arteta's game plan was pretty spot on, to be honest. Hit Newcastle on the counter attack. They've done that very well, but Dan Burn, this is the thing I was worried about. Dan Burn against Saka, and the thing is, Dan Burn worked amazingly. In fact, I've given Dan Burn man the match. For the entire game, out of both the clubs, Dan Burn, the best player on that pitch today. He done very well against Saka. I think if we had someone else there, or Dan Burn just, he's making a fair few mistakes, I think Saka would have got himself through and scored or assisted. So it was very key for Dan Burn to have a good performance, and he did. So yeah, Arteta's game plan was brilliant. Arsenal done pretty well. It's good to see. Newcastle defensively still very solid. And Nick Pope in goal. Jesus Christ, 6 clean sheets in a row. Wow. Never really seen much like that before at Newcastle. It is a club record, apparently. So, anyway, a few more things. I did say, I said Sean Longstaff would start. Fair enough, Wilson started. Yeah, well done. But why? The game is 0-0. You're about 60 minutes in. Do you think it's all right to bring Chris Wood and Jacob Murphy on for Wilson and Miguel Almiron? I don't get what goes through your head. You've got Alan Maximin sitting there on the bench. You've got a player like Elliot Anderson, who deserves a bit of time to try and prove himself. You've got Maxi. You know what he's capable of. Yes, he hasn't been that good this season when he has been playing. He wasn't that good towards the end of last season either. But you know what he's capable of, especially in some big games. He's proven it against teams like Manchester United before. I didn't understand that. I got frustrated with Eddie Howe with the last 25 minutes of the game. I got really frustrated. I could not wrap my head around what he was trying to do. And I said to my brother, because I was watching the game downstairs with my brother, I guarantee now Alan Maximin comes on with 5 minutes left. 4 minutes left, Alan Maximin comes on. What is that? With 4 minutes, he's not even going to get a touch of the ball. Never mind have a chance of trying to create something or change the passage of the game. And even when you brought Maxi on, you go to, we'll just sit back, play a bit of Bruce ball. That's what you've done when you've brought Maxi on. You haven't pushed the team to try and win. You haven't pushed the team to try and score. You've told everyone to sit back. I don't understand it. Anyway, let's finalise this off with the player ratings. Nick Pope, a 7. I feel like I could have generously given him an 8 because his save with his foot where Eddie Nketiah's shot was brilliant, to be fair. Dan Burn, 8. Man the match for me. Botman, Sean Trippier, all 6s. Bruno Guimaraes is also a 6. I've got Willockett of 5. Joe Linton's getting an 8. I do feel like he should have been sent off with 2 yellows. But Joe Linton was brilliant at retrieving the ball, getting back and forth constantly. He was brilliant, especially against Saka. He was doing bits, so brilliant from Joe Linton. Sort of like a joint man of the match, but if I had to give it a 1, it would be Dan Burn. Sean Longstaff of 5. I really want to give him a 4, but to be fair, he did hold the ball up pretty well, but just lost it when he done it. Wilson's getting a 6, made a good few runs, just could not do anything with Arsenal's defence being so good. I feel like a 0-0 prediction would have been pretty correct. Well, it is correct because the game ended 0-0. A 0-0 prediction would have been spot on because with both 2 teams with the best defensive records, they're going neck and neck. They're going to be struggling to score. The 2 of these teams have the best defensive records, best defenders in the league. Of course, he's going to struggle to score. But yeah, Saliba, Ben White, were absolutely immense, and Tomiyasu when he come on was brilliant as well. And Miguel Almiron, to finalise things, is getting a 5. Just wasn't much there. You could see he was desperately trying, but he just didn't have really that much support in the midfield. Bruno was a 5 for me until about the last 15 minutes. and then he sort of turned on the Jets and started getting into the game a bit more. That's the only reason Bruno's got a 6. He was a little bit disappointing, but it's a pretty tough game to play. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying these videos, please smash that like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, share the videos around. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs as fast as possible. Remember, there's a new upload on this channel every single day, so I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.